Okay, so we're typing in our calculator the sign of 48. And it says to round 2 decimal places. So 0.743 is what I'm going to write down. And to do 2 decimal places, how do I determine what happens right there? You have to look at the third one. If the third one is what? Less than 5, it stays the same. If it's 5 or more, what do? Move it up. So this 3, do y'all agree that's less than 5? So this is going to stay the same. So your answer is 0.74. Are we okay with that? Next one, cosine of 20. By the way, if y'all look up, please, you can either type in COS, or if you hit functions right here, it has it right there as well. So either way it works. It's 20, right? Cosine of 20? Yep. All right, so 0.939. What am I going to do? The third number is 9. What am I going to do? Bring it up. So this is going to be 0.94. And the last one is tangent of 82. So tan 82. And see how it works if you don't put the parentheses? I mean, either way, it's going to be the same answer. I have 7.115. The third number is 5. What is that going to do to my second number? Round it up. 7.115. 5 or greater, you round up. So 7.12 is my answer. Do I have any questions about how to do this? All right, so what I would now like you to do is I'm going to hand you this paper right here. I would like you to fill out the top, see if you can fill in the blanks, and then I want you to do these problems. We're going to do that one in a minute. All right, use your laptop. You are filling in these problems. There's one right now, but wait till I am. You're just typing these in. Oh, by the way, real quick. This one, do you see how that one has a little -1 up top right there? Click functions in your calculator. And do you see how these right here have a little -1 up top? That's what you're going to use. Let me see. So every day when you walk in, as soon as you walk in, you are hitting the wrench, go into degree mode. Otherwise, you will get every question wrong for the day. And I'm going to go through and answer these while y'all are answering them. If you get undefined, you can just write the word undefined. There's nothing wrong with that. That is an answer. Is this really going to be a question I ask you on your test? Hope not? Yeah. Or hope so? Hope not. Yes, these are really questions you will be asked on your test. Maybe like one or two, not a lot. Do I have any questions about any of the answers I got or any of the rounding that I did? That's what y'all got? As a reminder, make sure you're reading the instructions. They will either say round to the 10th, the 100th, or the 1000th. So 10th is 1 decimal place, 100th is 2 decimal places, 1000th is 3 decimal places. Okay? Any other questions? We are going to glue this on page 46, not right now, but in a little bit. So just please put that to the side. We'll come back to it. So as we were doing that, you saw the letters. It looked like sin, cos, and tan, right? All right. I told y'all today we're starting our trigonometry unit. Trigonometry, let me go to the flip chart so y'all can read it. Trigonometry is the study of right triangles and the relationship between their sides and the angles between the sides. Now, you can use trigonometry on any right triangle, but it has to be a right triangle. The second thing I need you to know is that we usually use trigonometry if we have a right triangle that is not 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90. Last unit, don't you agree we learned the tricks to solve those triangles by doing the chart or writing the same number? This unit, I'm not going to give you those triangles. I'm going to give you a triangle that's 40, 50, 90. Did we learn anything for 40, 50, 90? No. Or I'm going to give you a triangle that's 22 degrees. Do you know anything, how to approach anything with 22 degrees? No. So what we're teaching you this unit is going to set you up to basically answer any other triangle that's not 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90. And the way that we're going to do that is by doing sine, cosine, and tangent. So back in the day, we had calculators in our hands, right? And they had very small buttons. Actually, if y'all can do me a favor, everybody can now shut their computers. Everybody shut your computer. We'll come back to it in a little bit. Shut them, please. I don't want you to get distracted. All the way. All the way. Yeah, I don't need them. Shut them. Turn them around. Make them face me if you don't want to close out whatever you're doing. Back in the day, we had handheld calculators, right? And they had buttons on them. And their buttons could not fit these words in their entirety. So, if you look at my calculator on my phone, that's my remote. Here's my calculator on my phone. Did y'all know with the new update, you can, instead of having to tilt your calculator over, you can go from a basic, if you click this little button, to the scientific? Did y'all know you can do that now? And on scientific, you will see it has sine, cosine, and tangent on it. So y'all can actually, if you're doing like homework at home and you don't want to pull out Desmos, you can do this on your phone. But For sine, you can type it in. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sine is 68, just like we did. But you need to make sure you're in degree mode. So do you see how that has rad? That's radian. That's radian mode. If you click degree, there's nothing there. I really wish there was degree there, but there's nothing there. And so then you can find the same answer that we found. So just letting you know. But a lot of people want to call this sin. It's not sin. It is sine. The whole reason it's just 3 letters, again, has to do with calculators and their buttons being small. Okay? I know it's just 1 letter. Like, why couldn't you add 1 letter? I don't know. So, the first one we're going to learn today is sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Write this down, please. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And then I want y'all to write a line right here. We use the acronym SO to remember that. Yodi, write this down. We use the acronym SO to help us remember. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And I'm probably going to guarantee after tomorrow you'll have this whole acronym memorized for sure. This letter right here is called theta. It's a Greek letter. It's just like x. It's a variable. So I want you to do a little arch on theta. Which side is opposite of t, angle t, of theta?
Y.
Give me both 2 letters. OY. So I'm going to write the letters up across from OY. Opposite means across the triangle. So that is opposite. Which side is the hypotenuse, and how do we know? Your hypotenuse is your C. It is always across from the 90. So I actually am going to want you to always do the hypotenuse first for every triangle. But sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So, y'all got that written down? Next one, we have cosine. Cosine, cos, is A over H. Put a line in between A and H. It is adjacent over hypotenuse. I'm going to say this probably 20 times today. What do I want you to do first? Every triangle?
Hypotenuse.
Label your C. Label your hypotenuse. Y'all are going to get sick of me asking that question. Think back to September. What does adjacent mean? It's been a long time since we've heard that word. Neighbors, your neighbor, next to. So I want everybody to do an arch on this theta, that angle. What side is right next to this angle? So TY is adjacent. However, what is TY already? The hypotenuse. So we're not going to label that one adjacent to. So OY is my adjacent side. It is right next to that. And this will make more sense as we do examples, I promise. It's your first day seeing it. That is cosine. Ready? Do y'all remember, I don't know if people who had me all year, y'all remember how I told y'all angles was my favorite unit? Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my favorite unit this semester. This is the unit, trigonometry is actually the entire first semester of pre-cal. So if you want to take pre-cal with me in 2 years, this is basically a whole semester. We get it. We're just brushing a little bit of the surface these next 2 weeks, but in pre-cal we spend a whole 6 months on it. Tangent. We call this TOA. Put a line right here between O and A. Anybody want to guess what tangent of theta is going to equal? Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Write that down. What did I tell you to do first? Label your hypotenuse. But does this problem have hypotenuse in it at all? Does tangent deal with hypotenuse at all? So I still want you to label it, but I actually want you to cross out the hypotenuse. For tangent, you don't use the hypotenuse. I still need you to label it though, because I don't want you to get the hypotenuse and the adjacent mixed up. So here's my theta up here. I'm going to do that art. What is opposite this theta?
OY.
The bottom, OY. And what is adjacent to this theta? What's right next to?
TO.
When you've written that down, please open up your notes. Jazz, you with me over there? Is she writing things down, Joseph? Is she writing things down? Wake her up. No, I need her to see this. Jazz, write this down. Alright, opening up our notes. I need y'all to watch. Look up. Don't write, just look up, and then I'll give you a minute. The first section we're doing sine. Do you agree sine was O over H?
Yeah.
Okay, so this first one is T. I want you to underline the T. Underline T. What is opposite of this T? What number?
3.
So I'm going to put a 3 on top of my fraction. Oh, what did I tell y'all to do first?
Hypotenuse.
Let's label the hypotenuse. What is my hypotenuse?
5.
So my answer here is 3 over 5, and I'm done. You want me to do that again one more time? Do it one more time. T. I'm going to come to T. Sine is OH. Opposite of T is 3. The hypotenuse is 5. 3 over 5 is my answer. We're starting off super basic. We will get more complicated, but we're starting off super basic. Next one. What's my letter here?
O.
No.
Y.
Y. Everybody circle Y, please, in both spots. What is opposite? O means opposite. What's opposite of Y?
4.
Okay, you can give me the number now. You're right, it is TO, but y'all can just give me the number. 4. What's my hypotenuse?
5.
So my answer is 4 over 5. I'm done. Are we feeling okay about this? Okay, cosine, next section. Cosine is A over H. Ca. The first one we're going to do is Y. Everybody circle Y. Circle both Y's. And what else did I tell y'all to do first?
Hypotenuse.
Label your hypotenuse. Write this down with me. What is adjacent or right next to Y? The 3. Does everybody see why that's adjacent? I agree the 5 is also right next to, but the 5 is the hypotenuse. 3 is just right next to Y. What's my hypotenuse? So 3 over 5 is my answer. You do the next one on your own with T. What is adjacent over hypotenuse for T? What's adjacent to T? 4. What's my hypotenuse? 5. Okay. What questions can I answer? We're good? Y'all like this is too easy? Alright, then I want you to do tangent on your own.
Okay.
As a reminder, for tangent, do we use the hypotenuse? No.
Maybe just
Still have to label it, but we do not use it. I'm looking around and I don't see very many pencils writing. So, tangent of y. What is opposite of y? 4. What is right next to? What's adjacent to y? 3. 4 over 3 is my answer. T. What's opposite of t? 3. What is right next to t? 4. So it just switches. All right. Slide on over. How to write a trig equation. A trig equation is trig. Your trig functions are sine, cosine, and tangent. So you're always going to put those in the beginning. In the parentheses is always going to be your angle. So like in this case, the angles are all letters, right? A, B, and C. But down here, don't I have numbers for my angles? So it could be numbers or letters. And then you're always going to divide a side divided by a side. For number 4, it wants the sine of C. What is sine? So I'm going to put OH. By the way, if you forget, it's right here on the right-hand side. Sine is OH. And what letter are we dealing with here? C. So I'm going to circle C. What is opposite of C? 5. Ooh, what did we forget to do? The hypotenuse. Let me label that real quick. So opposite of C is 5. What's the hypotenuse? So my answer is 5 over 13. This is just giving us the ratio. How do they compare? Next one is cosine. What is cosine? Cosine. Adjacent over hypotenuse. And again, this is dealing with C. What's right next to? What's adjacent to C? 12. And what's the hypotenuse? 13. Last but not least is tan. Tangent is what? Toa. O over A. But this time it wants B. What is opposite of B? 12. And what is adjacent to B? Remember, we don't use the hypotenuse for tan. 5. Show me fingers. On a scale of 1 to 3. 1 finger, I have no idea what's going on in this class. 2 fingers, and you don't have to do it up in the air. You can do it at your chest. 2 fingers, I get this. I don't know if I could do this without you. 3 fingers, I'm ready for a quiz. A lot of you in here want to take a quiz. Just kidding. Okay. Are you for real? Okay. All right. Gotcha. Y'all can put your fingers down. Thank you. Now we're going to work backwards. What if I give you the ratio, but I want to know what's the angle? So look at this first one. What do I do first on my triangles? Hypotenuse. I'm going to do it for both of them. I'm just doing my hypotenuse real quick for both of them. So for this first one, it has sine. What is sine? O over H. Do you agree 10 is the H? Yeah. What is opposite of 6? I want an angle. I want an angle. The W is opposite the 6. That's my angle. Remember up here we said right next to the trig function is the angle? That's why we did W. It's right across. Next one, cosine. Cosine is what? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, 10 is my hypotenuse. What is adjacent to 8? What is right next to 8? W again is my answer. I want you to do these next two on your own. You are giving me a letter over a letter. A letter over a letter.
A letter over a letter?
Yeah, like your answer should be something over something. Yes. Who misses? Why did y'all didn't get through to this?
Because they forgot to turn off the sprinkler, so the stove got flooded. Yeah, since they had a sprinkler, exactly, bro. So we happened to the field, it got flooded, so we had to turn it off. That's everybody saying they forgot to turn it off.
All right. All right. So 42. What is sine? Sine is O over H. So I'm going to have an O up top, then an H on the H on the bottom. O stands for opposite. What is opposite of 42? K. What is my hypotenuse? M. So my answer is K over M. Tangent of 42. What is tangent? Opposite over adjacent. What is opposite of 48? J. What is adjacent to 48? Remember, tangent, we don't use the hypotenuse. K. And those are our answers. Do I have any questions? Okay, I'm going to give you instructions. I need everybody to pause. Pause. First things first. After you glue in, you are going to go to Schoology and you have I'm going to put a Schoology assignment in here right now. Hold on. Yep, give me a second. Let me give you the instructions. The green folder is where you're going to find your Schoology assignment. So, go do that. Next, you are gluing these on to page 45 and 46. The one we just did, the soh-cah-toa one, is going to be on 45. So they're going to go out of order. The one we just did is on 45. The calculator one we did at the beginning of the class, that's going to go on 46. Who? It broke. How did it break? Oh, it's like out? Yes. Let me get you this. Can you bring this back to me, please? There, yeah. Y'all don't have any? Why are they all breaking? Oh my gosh, Denise Kennedy, watch out. I don't have the best. Oh, that was pretty good. Oh my god, no. You gotta come get it. That's too far.
I got you.
No, because I don't want to hit Jaleisha in the head. Okay, everybody just watch out. It's coming. I gotta underhand it. Okay, you have to share with Joseph. I don't got no more up here. I don't have no more up here. Those are my 2 glues. Is there any more in the bucket over there? Can you open up the glue bin? None? Okay. Give me a minute, Drayton. Oh, Drayton, you have glue. It don't work? Why are they all breaking? Okay, again, when you're done writing that down, you are going to Schoology. You are going to My Class and the green folder. You talking to me? Somebody else. Mm-hmm. Real quick, I want to help y'all with number 5. Can y'all look up? Even if you're not done, just look up. Pause. Number 5. You are just setting up the equation here, and we did not do anything quite like this, so I want y'all to look, please. For 51, the angle always goes in that second blank. Look up, everybody look up. The angle always goes in that second blank. What do I have here? The x is what compared to 51? I have an opposite. And I have an adjacent. Do y'all agree I do not have the hypotenuse right here? So if I have opposite and adjacent, what is this? Tan. So this is going to be the tangent of 51. Tan is TOA. What is opposite? X. What's adjacent? And then that's how you set this up. Alright? So that is a free answer. Y'all can use that to answer the rest of them.